Have you ever looked in the mirror in your adult life and thought, wow, I thought I'd be further ahead than I am right now? Don't worry, you're not alone. We've all been there. I'm Vicky Huffey, leadership coach. I help people challenge their doubts, achieve success through building confidence. My guest here this morning is Danny Khursigara. Danny's a multiple best-selling author, a business transformation expert, international speaker, leadership coach. The list goes on. Welcome to our interview, Danny.
Thank you, Vicky. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So, Danny, what was the change like transitioning from a successful 20-year corporate environment and career into where you are now?
Well, Vicky, it's a good question. I get asked this question quite often, and I think it was a humbling experience, to say the least, because now in this work that I do in executive coaching, I'm very familiar with the challenges, the struggles people are going through, because I went through similar challenges myself, so it's easy for me to relate to it. But since over a decade, I had this dream of having my own company, which was dedicated to personal growth and personal development, because this is something I really love to do. And being in a tense, structured corporate environment was, I felt, was not aligned to the truth of who I was. The contributions I wanted to make, the experiences I wanted to have. So at some point in time, I realized it was time to move on into something new and step into this new role. It was an enriching experience. It's been an enriching journey, but by no means was it an easy one. There was so much I had to unlearn, and at the same time, many things I had to learn. Because, you know, when you move from corporate to an entrepreneur, it's a completely different ball game. So yes, the journey has been quite good, but not an easy one at all. But the thing I really, coming back to present day, what I really see and what I really found extraordinary was that in our events and in our workshops now, it's not just about business coaching or life coaching or leadership. We are witnessing things like healings happening for individuals, people coming out of chronic depression, people coming out of alcoholism, people coming off hyperanxiety, which was all prevalent last year if you'd seen where the world was going with the pandemic. So we've seen a lot of different things, different results coming out, and that's really very exciting. At least it makes me wake up each morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very similar for mine. I mean, 20 years in a sort of creative and branding environment, I've seen that, you know, you can train people on processes and you can understand the structure of a corporate environment, but actually the challenges that people are facing are their emotional state, are their, you know, how they're thinking, their thought processes, how they're building relationships, all of those kind of soft skills that actually are sort of almost getting in the way of the corporate success. And one thing that I'm seeing a lot of is, you know, people are feeling anxious about going to work, but not necessarily understanding why. And once you can understand that and dig into it and understand how their emotions are affecting that, yes, you can have some real transformation.
That's very true, because, you know, nobody teaches us this in school or university or in corporate life. We never get taught about how to manage our emotions, how to think, how to feel, how to be authentic, how to be vulnerable. These things are not taught to us. So when we are thrown into the real world, we kind of sometimes struggle with that. And I think that what you said was absolutely correct. And that's something, if we start building that emotional intelligence, I think we could be even more successful. Even organizations could become more successful if they, you know, focus on these kind of qualities for people.
Absolutely.